All right, ladies and gentlemen, Lehina. Now, guys, I really think, with that Kim Kardashian comment, she is super famous, right? And she, once you're really that famous, you almost have no real way of saying to anyone what they should do, right? I mean, you can. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. But those people know that you are in a different space than they are, that you are in a different world than they are. It's not like they're the same thing, right? Like, how do you explain to Kim, even Kim Kardashian's worker, they're being underpaid and overworked, and she's the one doing it to them, and she's telling them to have to work harder to be successful. I mean, the only way they can work harder is if they quit and start their own business and work harder and benefit. The only way they can do that is if they quit and start their own business and work really hard at that. I mean, they can't, with the conditions that she put them in, they can't really overcome anything. Like, how are you going to overcome that when you've been taught all your life that you are only meant to do the work that she gave you or whatever? There's a lot of people that don't want to branch out and do more, but there's a lot of people that just don't know how, right? It's not like you can, I mean, to some people, yes, telling them to get off their butt and work hard, that will help. Some people really are really talented, are doing a lot, and they just need that extra boost, and they need that extra boost, and they have the potential to be successful by working harder. For those people, yes, it's really beneficial to say that. But the people that are already working very hard and are on minimum wage and have kids and can't afford their kids and really have nothing going for them in terms of like opportunities and don't know how to start a business and don't know how to use YouTube or TikTok, what do you tell them, right? Working harder, does that help? Like it really doesn't give them the incentive to do what they need to do. I mean, and I'm pretty sure that Kim Kardashian's like workers are not in a, top 100 best employers category. I'm pretty sure they get paid minimum wage. I worked for different places before, and like some of it was retail, and they don't treat you that well. It's not like you're like, and the CEO and the owners get all this money, but the people that are working there, they get treated really badly. They don't get treated well, and they're expected to work even harder when they've actually done a really good job. Like, you guys know how many videos I make. You guys know how hard I work at my car salesman job, as you probably just assumed that I would, because I do so many good videos. I'm so talented. I have the perfect voice. I do car salesman over the phone, and so I have the perfect voice, so I can sell very well and all that. But I mean, I was doing customer service for retail, and they treated me like really, really, really badly. Like, so badly that I was like, oh my God, like, there's nothing I can really do. I mean, I basically was the friendliest person ever. It was like I was talking to my best friend, or even better, someone that I really was like. I was treating the customers like gold. It was like if they got $1 million for how kind I treated them, then they would have got $10 million because I treated them so well. And yet I was constantly told I wasn't nice enough or that I wasn't doing a good job. And I'm like, my goodness, like, these people, it was like I was sucking up to them and like worshiping them. Like, it was crazy how nice I was. And they still said I wasn't being nice. And they still said I wasn't doing a good job. And I was like, what do I have to do? I'm like the friendliest person naturally. Like, I really don't know what I gotta do to encourage these people. Like, I'm like, my goodness, like, how, I mean, and I spoke perfectly good English, right? There was a lot of people, I'm not judging anybody. There was a lot of poor people that worked there. Like, they could bend over backwards for them, but some of them didn't understand them, right? So it wasn't like they could do the kind of customer service that I could, where I was like very friendly and making sure they were really treated right. So I was not that like they're very good too. I have nothing. I'm not racist at all. But I'm like if they can't even understand them, and here I am, perfect English, 2 degrees. I am treating them like you should have seen how nice I was. I was like so nice, and they really took that and treated me like garbage. And they basically said I wasn't pulling my weight, and I was like getting the most calls in a day done. I was like, I was like so nice on every call. I made sure I was friendly like crazy. Like people that I know don't even expect me to be that friendly. Like it was like, oh my God. Like I'm like, my goodness. So it was like way too much. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, this is years ago though. Like this is a while ago. But I was like, I had to quit. I could not stay there. I was like, my goodness. Like I am like so nice, doing more calls than everybody else. Got promoted once. You know, I was like, my goodness. Like, are you kidding me? Anyway, guys, I really was like, my goodness, like I have no idea what I have to do to prove to them that I'm nice. So, you know, Kim Kardashian, and I was working very, very hard. And they don't give you any sick time. They don't give you any days off. They don't give you high pay. You know, if you're working in those conditions, you could easily burn out. You could easily need a leave. You could easily get a leave without any pay. You know, it's not a good situation. So to tell people that you have to work harder is not a solution that's going to work for people that may be working as hard as possible but are not rewarded for it. Anyway, 20 job, I know. Bye, everyone.